A few words on terminology. The term task is not used in a precise sense in project management lingo. A PM task could be a work package, sometimes it could be an activity. I just want to bring up the point here that the notion of a task in project management is sometimes a little vague. How granular does the task need to be? How specific does it need to be? Or is it something general? Is it high level? It's used in a somewhat loose sense. The term triple constraint is used to describe the constraints between time, cost, and scope. Think of each of these three as being sides of a triangle. You can't change any one side of a triangle without changing at least one of the other two sides. Likewise, scope, time, and cost constrain each other with changes in one impacting the others. Sometimes the term triple constraint is used loosely to describe constraints between more than three entities. For example, scope, time, cost, quality, and risk. We will now discuss maintaining the WBS. How is the WBS maintained? There is no value in developing the WBS and then letting it collect dust and not changing it over time. If that's the case, you should not waste your time coming up with the WBS in the first place. The WBS is an important construct. It is one of the most important constructs in project management. Without a WBS, you do not know what work you are dealing with, and that does not help. You really need to know what you're dealing with in terms of work. You need to come up with a WBS. That is absolutely critical. But if the WBS is not maintained over the course of time, then its initial purpose is defeated. The WBS is a living document, a living construct. You have to update it. You want to have good policies and practices in place to update your WBS. We spoke earlier about organizing a WBS. As we said, we can organize by component, like cockpit, cabin, and so on, or we can organize by functionality, electrical, avionics, mechanical, hydraulic, and so on, or by organization. Maybe there are 10 different organizations associated with building a plane. There are different ways to organize a WBS, but the one overarching goal is to identify 100% of the work. That's referred to as the 100% rule. You want to know that you've accounted for all of the work. We've mentioned that the WBS is important. I want to come back to this point and close on that note. I have seen several projects that try to get away with not doing a WBS, a high-level breakdown of the work. And we're not talking here about a detailed microscopic breakdown of the work into hundreds of activities. A WBS typically has 20, 30, 40, 50-ish maybe work packages. This allows the project manager to look at it and say, yes, I feel comfortable that I have exhausted or addressed all of the key types of work. It should not be so granular that it confuses. It should be high level enough for a project manager to feel that all the work has been accounted for. I have witnessed many projects that try to get away with not doing a WBS and then wind up spending more time fixing problems than would have been spent simply doing the WBS. The moral of the story here is to not be penny wise, pound foolish. Don't try to get rid of doing the WBS to save a little time, because chances are that whatever time you think you will save will probably be lost, perhaps many times over, after chaos is encountered, work is not identified, or work needs to be redone. That confusion and chaos can be reduced, if not eliminated, by having a good WBS in the first place.